Hello guys, in this tutorial we're going to see how we can design professional or eye-catching thumbnail for African folktale stories. Alright, so what we're going to be using is Canva. We're going to be using Canva. So I'm just going to be opening my Canva now. Alright, so we're going to come right straight to create a design here, and we are going to select YouTube thumbnail. This is it right here, YouTube thumbnail. So we're actually going to be creating everything from scratch by ourselves. So it's actually better that way than using a template. So we're just going to see the process in doing just that. Now we're going to come over to our upload here. We're going to be uploading a background, which we are going to be starting with. Alright, so I'm just going to be inserting it here. Then I'm going to set as background by right clicking and set as background. Alright, so this is it here now. So what I actually want to do with this is I want to actually change the transparency of this. So if you actually want to see how you can download or create images like this nice wonderful images, you can actually check out this video right up there. That is after the end of this tutorial. So there you're going to see how you can generate trending AI images that everybody are using currently. So if you are not actually using the current AI images, in fact you are still left behind. So you need to actually flow with what is trending now. So I'll move over to my transparency now. I'm going to be making it transparent a little. I'll be making it 68. Then if you look at this background, it's actually white. Instead I want to make it dark. So I'll come over to this background color and then I'll make it black. Now this is how it's going to be looking like. So I'm not actually done with the background and I want to make the background blue. So I'm just going to be clicking on edit image right here. I'll click on edit image. Alright, so this comes out. So I'll just scroll down a little and I'll find blur under the effects. I'll find blur here. I'll click on blur. Alright, so we are going to be clicking on whole image because we actually want to blur the whole images here. So click on whole image, then we're going to be increasing the intensity. So as you increase it, you will notice that it's getting blur the more you keep increasing it. So now the reason we are actually making it blur is so as when we insert our image here, it's actually going to be visible. We're going to be seeing it very well. So we're just going to increase it. Alright, so I'm just going to be leaving mine at 33. So this blur actually depends on the image you are using. So you can decide to even increase yours depending on how busy your image is. So I'm just going to leave it like this so they can actually just see the huts in here and trees. Alright, so what we want to do is to insert our other images. So now the thumbnail I actually want to create is for this title, a young lady who got married to a madman. Alright, so I can now insert my image for the young lady, and what I want to do is to increase this. Then I remove the background. I want to do away with the background because I'm not going to be using the background. So I'm just going to click on edit image. Then you see the BG remover. Now before you can be able to access these features I'm actually accessing here is if you're using Canva Pro. So you can do well to actually pay for Canva, or you can collaborate with someone who has already paid for Canva. Alright, so I'm just going to be inserting this one right here. Then I'm going to go over to the adjust. I can increase the temperature a little. Increase the temperature, also increase the brightness. As you keep increasing, you just need to watch the image because you cannot actually be using the same number on every images. Like this is 12, you cannot use the same thing on another image. So you just need to, as you increase it, you watch it. Then the contrast, I'm going to be reducing the contrast a little. Alright, so I can now go down to clarity, increase the clarity, and just increase the sharpness a little. Alright, so this is now my image. I can now insert for the other one, the madman. The same thing, I will increase it. I come over to edit image. I remove the background. Alright, so I'm going to be removing the background, and then I'm also going to be cropping this image. Then I move over to my crop here to crop this image. So I do not need this other man here. I'm just going to be using this, and then I'll hit done. So this is what I'm just going to be doing. So I can do well to put this one right here, and then I'll put the madman behind her. This should be here, and then the madman should be behind her. Alright, so I can do well to actually increase this a little. the madman. I can do well to actually apply some editing to it. I'll come over to my edit image, move over to adjust, then the temperature, I'll be increasing it. Always remember the temperature is increased, you have to increase. Then the brightness too, I'll increase it a little. I'll reduce the contrast a little. Then I move down to my clarity, increase it, and then increase the sharpness. Alright, so this is just how it's going to be like. You can actually put something like this. Alright, so you can also do well to add some other things around here, maybe some other images and the rest of that. So let's say maybe I'm just going to be looking for another image. Maybe I want to add right here. You can do well to add any other image to the background of this. So it can be any images at all, maybe from a character from what your video is all about. So let's say maybe I actually want to be adding this right here. I want to be adding it somewhere down. So it's not just about adding just the two main characters. You can do also add some other characters to it, or you can do also add villagers down there. So this particular one, let's say I want to be adding this here. So it's the same process. Always remember to remove the background. Alright, so this one I can decide to reduce it. Let me just reduce it a little, and then I'll be flipping it. This is my flip here, flip horizontally. I can just reduce this a little somewhere here. So this is just if you actually want to be adding some other images, you can actually do it to add it here. You can also do it to reduce it so that it does not have the same size as the main character. This is actually our main character here. So if you want to add any other image, you can do well to add. But here I don't want to add this. So what I'm going to be adding here instead is a text. So inserting text in your thumbnail is also very, very important. So I'll just click on text here, and then I'm going to be inserting this. Now it's actually the young lady who got married to the madman. I can now do well to add it, or instead of even putting the lady, I can do well to also put in her name. So let's say Adane got married to the madman. Alright, Adani got married to the madman. Okay, so I can now put this here. This, I'll bring this down here. Adani got married to the, break this here again. So I can now put in this right here. So after putting it, I can apply some effects so as it can actually be differentiating from the background. Change this color. I'll be using black. This, then I increase it. This is to increase the thickness. Okay, so if you actually want to be creating something like this is just a simple process on how you can do that. So it's all about inserting your background first. So after you've made your image blur, you can now insert some characters in your thumbnail. Then after that, you can do also insert your text. So inserting text in your thumbnail for African Folktale Stories is also very important. You can do also insert it too. Alright, so this is just the simple process on how you can design a thumbnail. You can also do how to add some other images. It all depends on you or how your video is all about. Alright, so this is just the simple process on how we can do this. Alright, so if you actually want to learn how you can actually expand or change the aspect ratio for your folktale stories, you can do how to check the next video. Now, aspect ratio, changing the size. Now, when you search for an image using Bing, which is Bing we actually use in deriving images. After getting the image for Bing, it's actually in a 4 equal size. So you can actually change it from that 4 equal size to a landscape. So how can you do that? You can also do well to check this next video. I'm going to show you how you can do that from beginning to the end. Alright guys, so thanks for watching. Do not forget to hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video.